Hello, this is Bern. Welcome to a new segment here on my channel called Talks with Bern and Gio. And today I've gotten a lot of requests from many of you asking kind of like how to find that level of respect and admiration and connection from a guy. If you've been someone who hasn't experienced that in the past, how to do it, how to turn the tables around. So I'm going to start by asking you, Gio. You've worked with a lot of women and helped them understand their own value, and as a result of that, have guys show up completely different than the way they used to.
Yeah.
So if you were to describe to us the process through which a woman can connect to her value more and have that change be something that guys appreciate and treat them accordingly, what would you say that process is like?
Well, Bern, I think this is such an incredibly valuable question, and I think it's one that all of us women will have to get conscious about and address at one point in our lives, and that is, how are we showing up for others, and where our value lies. And so I think a lot of times, Bern, the way that the men in our lives treat us as women is actually a reflection of the way that we treat ourselves. So if we're tolerating a lot of disrespect and a lot of our boundaries being crossed, and we're being treated in a way that we shouldn't be accepting, it's actually up to us to turn that gaze inward and start to show up with more value in our lives.
Okay, so if you were to say, okay, this give you women a few practical steps. Let's say step number one that we can share with them right now that can make a significant difference in their life starting right now. What would that step number one be? Is that turning inward?
Yeah, the first step that I would say is begin to develop a very compassionate and healthy relationship with your emotions. So often we repress emotions. So something will happen, and we'll start kind of shelving it and not address it in the moment.
Not experiencing it because you don't want to experience something negative or painful, right?
Not experiencing it, and so we need to develop that relationship where we start to value how we're feeling. So at any given moment, how we're being treated, how we're being, how we're feeling, we're actually turning that inward and valuing that and navigating that and developing a relationship with it.
Okay.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think that the first step is kind of like, if you were to dissect it even more, is like understand what you're feeling and put a label to the emotion so that you know, am I feeling disrespected? Am I feeling loved? Am I feeling lost? Am I feeling lonely? Am I feeling like, whatever it is that you're feeling, put a label to it so that you can understand and let yourself feel it for a couple seconds or a minute or two, so that gives you fuel for the next step, right? What will be the next step?
Yeah, and I mean, being connected with your emotions is essentially knowing yourself, right?
Yes.
And so the second step, I would say, would be just become really clear on your standards. So what is the way that you want to be treated by the men in your life? What is the behavior that you expect towards yourself? And just start to become really clear on those standards, on what you actually desire and want. The clearer you are, the more you're going to be your own advocate, and the more you're going to allow the people around you to feel your own self-value.
Exactly. It's like if you have a puzzle and you know what the puzzle is supposed to look like, you can build on it and you can create it. If you don't know what the puzzle is supposed to look like, then anything might feel like it's okay, but there's still that resonance of something being wrong. So developing that set of standards means, at the most basic level, understand, okay, how do I want to be treated by a guy? If he invites me out, should he pay or should I pay, or should we split it? I mean, whatever you decide, and I say he should pay, then you should at least understand what you're looking for. How courteous is a guy? How much in tune with you is he? Is he present, or is he looking at his cell phone? All those things, right?
Or even, for example, having a man who is present with you, who is with you, who is calling you, who is pursuing you.
Yes.
Like, you need to be clear on whether you want to be pursued as a woman or whether you don't want to be pursued as a woman.
Exactly.
And then when you're in a situation when you're with a man and he's not pursuing you, then it's up to you to decide how much of your heart you're going to give in that situation. Essentially, what you're going to what do you need to receive in order for you to give your heart?
Exactly. And in this, if I were to give you a suggestion, would be connect to guys who are very clear in their intentions, who are very forward about pursuing you, who are not wishy-washy, who know they're like a hell yes type of guy. They know exactly what they're looking for and they're taking action, versus someone who's kind of like on the sidelines and kicking tires. He's not clear, right? So what would be the third step?
The third step, I would say, would be take action on your needs. And that is, if you're in a situation where you're not being treated with the value and respect that you deserve, then take action on that. Either express more of who you are and how you're feeling and how you want to be treated, or don't put yourself in that situation again. And I think when you follow these steps of connecting with your emotions, of getting clear on what you want, and being the first to be proactive about your needs. So if you're not in a situation that suits you, you need to walk away. And when you do that, you transfer an immense amount of value to the men around you. They start to perceive you as a woman that they need to step up in order to be with.
So the first step would be communicate your needs, and if those needs are not appreciated, or the guy that you're communicating them with is not able to receive them or doesn't really care about them, then move on. But the first step, I think it's great. I mean, to be able to voice and be expressive. So if I were to say a couple of virtues that you need to have to be able to do this 3-step process, especially the last one, is you need to be able to be courageous, to express your truth, and then expressive.
Yeah.
Because if you keep your stuff inside, then the guy is never going to perceive that you need more or want more. So if you ask for more and he has to become a better man because of it, he's going to value your relationship more, and he's going to value you more as a woman.
Yeah, and that process of spending time with yourself and your emotions gets you to the root of what's driving you. So often, so many women tolerate things because they think, I'll never get a better chance at a better man.
It's like
or
scarcity mentality.
Exactly. Or I'm not good enough to be treated by a man who wants to pursue me. So once you get to those bottom layers, then you can start building from there and build a solid self-value.
So here you have 3 simple steps you can start practicing today. For all of you, if you haven't done so already, click like on the video, subscribe to my channel, and if you want more of this, subscribe to a 3-part video series below where you'll understand how to become that amazing woman we're talking about and be valued and praised and adored by a man who's a great guy. So thank you for being here, and look forward to connecting more with you in the future.